Hello there. The EU is now demanding that the terms of the Brexit agreement that were agreed at the end of last week must be enshrined in UK law before talks can progress any further. Stung by the words of David Davis over the weekend, calling the agreement a statement of intent only, the EU is demanding that Theresa May starts drafting the relevant parts of the withdrawal agreement into UK law, and is also warning that any attempt to go back on any of it will halt future trade talks. As I keep saying, the so-called agreement the EU and UK came to last week was just agreeing a form of words and does not plot a meaningful way ahead. The EU and Irish Republic want us to treat the words within the agreement as binding and completely ignore the statement that covers the whole agreement that says nothing is agreed until everything is agreed. The UK, on the other hand, believes, I think, that nothing is agreed until everything is agreed means just that, with the outcome that nothing is yet binding. The EU is therefore keen to try and force the UK government to put the terms of the agreement into our law, so tying the hands of our negotiators. The UK government must not comply with this demand, or nothing is agreed until everything is agreed means diddly squat. But with the way that David Davis is today trying to pour oil on troubled waters, you have to wonder whether we will see the UK being tied up in knots due to the ongoing lack of vertebrae. We must ignore the threats from the likes of Guy Verhofstadt, who says that EU attitudes are hardening, and point out that the whole agreement was come to on the basis that nothing is agreed until everything is agreed. So it's nice to see Lord Lawson telling Theresa May to get off her knees and stop begging the EU for a good deal. Claiming that Margaret Thatcher would have been appalled at the humiliating state of cringe the UK had towards the EU, and that the PM had lost her nerve over the huge Brexit bill, he said, "We find ourselves today quite unnecessarily as a supplicant in a humiliating state of cringe, begging for what is both unnecessary and unattainable, a posture which would have been anathema to Margaret Thatcher. The time has come to call an end to this demeaning process. We must get up off our knees. Enough is enough." It also looks like any threat of a second EU in-out referendum has just about been squashed, with both Labour and Conservative MPs rejecting petitions that called for a second referendum during a Westminster debate. Brexit Minister Robin Walker said there would be no second referendum, and Labour spokesman Paul Blomfield said he understood the frustration behind the petitions, but ruled one out, said the BBC. The Telegraph reports that Whitehall will need an extra 1,300 staff to prepare the ground for Brexit. The Chief Executive of the Civil Service, John Manzoni, told the Public Accounts Committee yesterday, "Do we have the people we need for today? Yes. Do we have the people we need to build all this stuff in 18 months? The answer is no, and we've got to get them." In its last World Trade Organization ministerial conference as a member of the EU, the UK will join 163 other WTO members in Argentina this week, says a government press release. The UK will be represented by International Trade Secretary Dr. Liam Fox, and will be calling for an open and inclusive trading system, prioritising progress on digital trade, services and support for SMEs, as well as helping developing countries benefit from trade. Liam Fox said, "As we leave the EU, we will set out an independent trade policy which spreads the benefits of trade among our own businesses and consumers, as well as the world's poorest. As a founding member of the WTO, we are committed to a rules-based trading system, and I'll be making the case for that this week. The case for global, open and inclusive trade has never been stronger, and as an international economic department, we remain a firm supporter of the WTO and will be one of the world's strongest advocates for further trade liberalisation and modernisation." Global, open and inclusive trade? trade liberalisation and modernisation. I've got to say that sounds exactly what the European Union does not want to see. What do you think? Please leave a comment below. Thank you. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.